Reserved floral arrangements are poised to be one of the biggest flower trends of 2019. Jessica Corbett of Hitched Planning and Floral shows us how to mix live and dried flowers to create an eye-catching arrangement. How do we actually achieve this look? I see a lot of movement.
So this is a big thing that we're seeing right now, where we have things that are really like fun and they spring out of the arrangements and they have their own little personalities. Using things that have like bendy stems that are kind of dancers, as we call them, are really fun. And little textural elements like this too.
Emily, the lead floral arranger here, can actually show us how to do that. You started with a beautiful vase. How did you select that?
So we're gonna try to work with some things that are both fresh, but they dry well. So you can actually just leave this arrangement in the vase and it will dry out beautifully. So we're using Guinea eucalyptus right here, as well as some blue thistle. Greenery is always a great base. So anything that's like filling and fluffy and just seems like it'll fill up the space really well is a great thing to use. Eucalyptus dries out really nicely as well. Emily's kind of showing you right here how we're arranging the base with like a tripod fashion, meaning that there's like 3 different stems that we're laying 3 different directions to create this base that we can lay the rest of our flowers on top of too. One thing about dried flowers, or flowers to pick that will dry well, is that you want to pick items that have a low moisture content.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense, right? You know, how do we know if a flower doesn't have a lot of moisture in it?
So there's like it's like if they're squishy, they have a high moisture contact. If things almost feel a little dried when you're touching them, that means they're gonna dry well. Roses actually dry really well too because they're really strong and have a low moisture content. Other flowers that don't would be like daisies or lilies that have really soft, delicate petals. They're just going to not hold up to being able to dry as well.
Okay, and we still kind of went with that tripod fashion as we've been placing these in here. You know, and if we move over to the next vase, this is actually a little bit farther along. So we've added in some bleached foliage. Is that what that is?
This is bleached bleached ruscus, which you can purchase actually. We don't have the in-house bleaching skills yet nailed, but I'm sure that you could experiment with that and have fun too. Okay,
well that's amazing. And then you do have some live elements in here, right? So we've got everything dried, but some pops of life here with these beautiful roses.
These are called Kahala roses. They're some of our very favorite roses to work with. And the way that these are nestled down in the arrangements, they'll dry in the arrangements. If they were sticking out further, they would have a hard time because their heads would kind of droop. But in these, because they're nestled down so well, they can dry just as is.
Well, Jessica said to extend the life of the flowers, actually cut the stems so that they can drink the water more easily. In just a little bit, we'll show you how to turn your greens into every color of the rainbow. Welcome back to Better Kansas City. So it turns out leaves and spray paint are a match made in heaven. Jessica Corbett shows us a creative way to make our greens pink, yellow, and every color you could imagine. So if you want your foliage to be pink, there's a special process for that, and Jessica's actually going to walk us through how they achieve that look.
So we have been seeing the trend of painting foliage and other products such as branches and things like that, and even dried products to create like a monochromatic look. So it's pretty simple. We use spray paint often on foliage. Picking something like foliage as opposed to flowers that can hold up well to the paint is important.
And it's so important because you're talking about monochromatic. In this arrangement over here, right? We are seeing all the individual colors and it's still achieving that ombre effect, so you wanted it to match.
Right, and we even painted our vase with the same, so this and that are the same paint that we use. So we're trying to create that monochromatic look like you said, and then using color blocking to create an ombre monochromatic look.
Okay, well, you know, beginner style right here, you know, we've got to start, and I've been told, Emily told me, go ahead and put these roses in with their like colors, so we're gonna add that in. Can you also describe, you know, when you guys are picking how it's gonna lay out, how do you decide that?
So to create an ombre effect within a monochromatic color tone, you're gonna wanna pick a color family that's similar. So right now we're using oranges, peaches to yellows. So they're all similar, you know, we're not throwing in purple or creating a rainbow effect. So we're picking the darkest scheme of a certain color palette, and then we're working towards the lightest scheme of that color palette. So color blocking, so putting all of your like flowers together, so you're seeing all of your dark orchids in this corner over here, and then we're moving to those lighter peaches through the middle, and then going to those buttery yellow and ivories towards the end. And then instead of using any greenery as filler, we're painting our greenery as filler, and then matching it with light colors as well to create that really like washed out look that's very popular right now too.
Well, that is such a wonderful look. And you also were talking about movement, and you picked out some light and airy places, and the branches, right? They're a little sparse, those pink ones right there. You know, how do you select those?
You know, branches, you can use anything from manzanita branches to curly willow branches. I mean, honestly, you could probably go out into your yard and find some branches, and once you paint them and you can plug them in. We're also using the branches in these to create a base to put our flowers and lay our flowers on top of too. So with your branches, I mean, you just knock off your leaves and go out on your patio and put down a tarp and, you know, paint away, and you have something really unique and different to put in your arrangements too.
Well, great tips there, especially with using the sticks to add dimension. For anyone making their own Mother's Day arrangement, that would be a nice key. Now remember to change the water every couple of days and keep the flowers out of direct sunlight. Well, now bring home flowers and grab a vase. If you have a vase you love, well, you're gonna have to change that way of thinking. Here's how to let your vase be your guide to creating a flower arrangement that accentuates its style. Let's talk about this guy.
Oh,
so wonderful.
This is a little bisque vase, which we got from Accent Decor, but these face vases are a big trend. You can find them even at Target or anything like that. They just create a really fun, playful, whimsical element to flower arranging as well.
Okay, and since it's got a little vase, we've got this droopiness going on now. What else should we go with?
We can go ahead and put this ranunculus in as well. So we'll just cut him, and then if you just want to place him right against the drapiness.
A little bit that way. All right. Then do we want to add some greenery?
So we'll just take these two small little pieces, and we can just put them in right here.
Okay, so it doesn't need to be full or even a lot.
It doesn't need to be a ton. I mean, I think that this piece would be perfect if we're gonna go for a little Havana Nights look for her headpiece.
Okay. So we're literally making a headpiece for the vase. I love this. Okay.
We can even spin her around and see kind of what she looks like if you want to put that in.
Wonderful. Okay. Yes. Okay, well, she's full on got a hat now. So adorable.
And so you can kind of keep on layering little textural things in as well.
Okay, perfect. Now let's move on to the teapot because, hey, you already have the cream and sugar completely taken care of, and that way if you want to throw a ladies' brunch or invite some friends over, this is a wonderful way to do it.
Absolutely, and I'm sure that in your house, I mean, this is from my own house that I just found kind of in the basement, thinking about vintage vessels and vases. So it's something that you could even find in your own basement as well.
Okay.
So again, we're just going to kind of start with that base, just kind of layering some things in.
Can we add this in?
Sure, yeah. The privet berry is awesome.
A little bit to the front for this? Okay.
It's very Mad Hatter, but kind of vintage style too.
We like this? Okay. So we can
just put them in. And if you can always put them in, it's always best to start long and then cut down a little bit. So if we're looking at this, we're like, oh, it's a little bit long.
Needs to trim.
But you can always cut more off. You can't add more on.
Yes, just like with your hair. Okay, love
it.
So let's do that. Oh my gosh. See, look at us. We're arranging flowers like the pros with the pros. Okay. Well, would you say that this is done, or would you add?
I'm gonna have a look at her from the front.
Okay.
Well, it's getting pretty close. I would maybe add one more Helleborus here.
Okay. Just to give it a little more symmetry. Okay.
And then, if you want to do the finishing touch, do you see where he needs to go?
I think
right there. You got it.
Okay, so you kind of how you can tell is you kind of look for a spot, and then if it's a little bit sparse or something, you could add it. Okay. So we're gonna. Wonderful. Well, I feel like Jessica has the magic touch and she can make anything look amazing. But one thing to remember, before you add in those fresh flowers, remove any leaves below the waterline. That actually helps to cut down on that bacteria growing in the water.